I think one of the most beautiful things about love is being able to fully take care of a woman in every way, whether that's emotionally, protecting, providing, everything about that. Like every fairy tale that was ever written for all of time was about a man saving a woman from a castle and a dragon, right?
Hello and welcome to Masculine Academy channel. Today we are reviewing the Alpha versus Beta Jubilee debate. Let's dive into it.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. Men are designed to want to sleep with multiple women.
So if I could struck a check for $1 million and never feel that feeling again, I absolutely would. I really, really would. It's something that I really hated myself for, and I felt very apart. I grew up in the South Louisiana. It was a Bible Belt. And I felt very distant from people around me because I had this urge in me and could not understand why I was so different. Like the biggest self-hate I've ever felt in my life is over this particular subject. I thought I was broken.
And I understand you. And me, again, I'm going to come back with, just being around it. And me, I'm bisexual. I've always have been. But like you heard me say, I've been married to a woman for 30 years. And I've been committed for 30 years. It doesn't that I don't have that desire. It's my character to say, this is my person. And that's who I want to be with.
So that's what you're making a character versus is the driver.
I was going to say,
but then that goes back to, are we just built that way? Because if we're just built that way as men, then there's multiple people that I'm going to want to sleep with.
but I think what I was under the impression with that question was, are we biologically DNA
Right.
created for that? I say yes, but I loved and I agree with what we're saying here. It's like, but as men, right, in the culture and awareness and being a human being, having a consciousness, choice, language, we can choose not to. We can go against those desires or urges and stuff.
If you feel that desire and you're honest with your partner, I believe that is true. Do I believe that we are biologically we just biologically want to sleep with more people because we have a penis between our legs and not a vagina? I don't.
It is very clear that men and women are different. It is well supported in evolutionary psychology books. Men are more inclined to desire multiple partners. Men have much less risk in casual relationships as well. And men run a much higher risk of cuckoldry. So when you take all of these parameters into account, then it is very normal that men have a higher desire, and it is pushed by evolution, than women to sleep with multiple people. And it is very clear when you look at the statistics. Polls asked to different men will always state that they are much more likely to sleep with a different partner. And you will see it as well when they do this social experiment in the street. When they ask, will you sleep with that person in 5-10 minutes? The vast majority of men say yes, but the vast majority of women say no. So men are much more inclined to promiscuity. Another obvious example of this is when you compare the lesbian community with the gay community. Gay men are way more promiscuous than lesbians. If you're getting value in this video, let us know by hitting the like button and subscribe for more similar content.
What it sounded like was, and correct me if I'm wrong, people started talking about like infidelity and, telling the truth. And I think like the urges and things are okay until you act upon it. And that's when both adults just have to have a conversation about, this isn't working out for me. I still want to, sleep around or whatever you want to call it. It sounds like some people want to have their cake and eat it too, which I don't necessarily agree with. But I think just as long as all parties involved have an understanding of what they're getting into, I don't see the issue.
Having urges is totally normal, but acting upon these urges, this is where the issue is. And if you're in a committed relationship, monogamous relationship, you have to be transparent. Even if you have these urges, you have to resist them, because this is why men and animals are different. Men have the willpower, they have the conscience to make decisions. So as a man, you cannot solely be based on your emotions and your desires. And so many people, unfortunately, they cheat because they are not honest with their partners. If you're a man and you do not value monogamy, in that case, be honest with your partner from the get-go. At the end of the day, as a man, you have to be successful, you have to be ambitious. And if you're a man like this and you want to join other men that are like-minded, Click on the link below to join the brotherhood groups on locals.
Submissive women are more attractive than dominating women.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, hell yeah. Listen, my shirt says submissive women are sexy. Okay, so.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. And look, I think one of the most beautiful things about love is being able to fully take care of a woman in every way, whether that's emotionally protecting, providing, everything about that. Like every fairy tale that was ever written for all of time was about a man saving a woman from a castle and a dragon, right? Or some sort of scenario like that. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I have nothing against women being empowered, but I do feel like the happiest women in the world are the ones that look up to a man and that he can fight every day to love her and love his kids and his family and provide and be that source of something to actually look up to. Like, I believe a woman can admire a man and it's very, very, very healthy. Am I saying that somebody that doesn't do that is not a man? No, I would never. But ideally, the relationships that are going to work, the relationships in, let's say, the 30s, 40s, 50s, or whenever, you know, we were having nuclear families stay together before we went off the gold standard and inflation pushed everybody to have two people have to have a job. Yeah, dude, I do. I think those relationships were much happier when the man could lead a house and be proud of going out and going to work every day and fighting for his family. Yeah, I do.
Men are designed to lead, and this is very clear from the get-go. The best possible family is when the man is the leader and the woman is the complement to the man. And both of them work extremely well together. The man goes outside and gets the money, and the woman inside the house is actually taking care of the house, but also buying the things that are required by the family. Traditional families are the great setup. Now that things are changing, you can see the dynamic that is actually quite corrupt. If you're interested in more content like this debate on Jubilee, click on this link.